presentation. If you want to do yours, it's okay.
Okay. So I'll start. Say good day, everyone. Good day, good morning, good evening, wherever you're in the world. Welcome to another, should I say Microsoft section? I would say another data analysis section. We're having a special topic called Google Sheets by Karim Niang. So your business is a registered Microsoft Excel consulting, financial modeling, business intelligence, data analysis, and enterprise solution firm in Nigeria. Also, we specialize in helping companies and high-value professionals be on top of their business data. We're also the developer of some financial tools which you can find here in Nigeria, such as the Nigerian market data, which you can use in your Excel. We're also the developer of Nigerian finance market analysis tools. We're also the developer of Nigerian stock analysis dashboard, which you get a daily subscription sent to you via email, and also so many financial platforms. As you all know, we're also a training company here in Lagos, Nigeria. So we train on Excel, Power BI, Python, SQL now has been added to the course, and also financial modeling. The 1st of July, we are having business intelligence and dashboard using Microsoft Power BI. On the 29th of July, which is a Friday, we're having in-depth Excel training, executive dashboard, and business data analysis. Also, on the 1st of August, we're having financial modeling and DCF evaluation. So I'll give you a brief description about our special guest, Karim. He's experienced in auditing and consulting for company. He has helped in developing great autonomous spirit of adaptation. He's a certified data analysis and also an MCT. That means Microsoft certified trainer. He's skilled in Power BI, Power Query, Excel, PowerPoint, SQL, and also data visualization. His motto simply is hard work pays off. So without further ado, I'll hand over the session to Karim. So Karim, over to you. I'll stop sharing my screen now.
Okay. Okay. I will start this section. Do you see me, guys? Because maybe I hope that there isn't any type of problem with the internet connection. So, do you hear me? Do you hear me, guys?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay,
I can hear you.
So, I will start with a brief, really brief presentation, as you have already presented me. I am Karim Niang, Abdul Karim Niang. I am a junior financial controller, and let me start maybe by sharing my screen so you can see also what I'm. Okay, I'm Karim Niang. I'm a Microsoft. I'm a junior financial controller. I've recently changed my workplace. I used to work in one of the leading auditing and consulting company, PricewaterhouseCoopers, and now I'm a junior financial controller. I've recently gained some Microsoft certification. So now I'm a Microsoft certified Excel expert, data analyst, and trainer. And also recently, in this month, some days ago, I've obtained the Alteryx Foundation certification. So let's go to Sheets, Google Sheets. Google Sheets is a spreadsheet that Google made available to everyone that has a Google account. So when I started learning using Google Sheets, I thought that it was a mere copy of Excel. This isn't true. Let's start with some really basic things about Google Sheets. How to reach Google Sheets? You can reach Google Sheets in several ways. You can simply going and clicking in the 6 dots on the top right of the corner, and you can go and reach Google Sheets. As you can see, all these toggles can be moved, and if you used to Google Sheets, you can move these dots whenever you want. So by clicking this dot, a new tab is opened, and you can reach the sheets home, where you can open a blank new sheet, or simply you can open the sheets that are available in your home. Another way to open sheets that is also more easy is only by writing sheet.new, and a new blank sheet, it will be opened. If you want to discard the Google Sheet or worksheet spreadsheet, you can simply go into File and then move it to the trash. Now it's not available, but generally you can simply typing this. So another thing another way where you can open a new brand Google spreadsheet is by going to Google Drive, right-clicking, and then typing Google Sheet. Is like this: Google Sheet, blank spreadsheet, and a new blank spreadsheet will be opened. And as I mentioned before, you can move it to the trash and get back to your home. As in Excel, in Google Sheets, you can Google Sheets have available different tabs. You can move across tabs by only clicking to them. You can add a new tab here with the plus sign, and also you can perform some tasks with the tabs. For example, you can, by right-clicking, delete, duplicate, copy, rename, and change the background color of the tab. Differently from Excel, the color will be displayed only in the down of the sheet name, and not all the tab will be displayed in the color. Another way in which you can reach the activities that are available in related to the tab is only by clicking this top-down arrow. Instead of right-clicking, you can click the down arrow. Another interesting thing to be aware of Google Sheet is that everything that you change will be saved without the need to save. In Excel desktop, you have to save constantly to be updated, up to date with the most recently changes that you made. And in Google Sheets, everything is recorded and saved without the need to make any type of save. If you want to change the name of the spreadsheet, you can go here and simply type. For example, here I will be file 1, and it will be saved as file 1. Or you can click file and then tap rename, and the same task will be accomplished. You can you can make a copy of this spreadsheet. If you want, for example, a different copy where your changes will be saved without affecting this copy, you can make a copy, and this copy will be saved in the location where you prefer. Naturally, of course, once you save this copy, there will be two different copies of this spreadsheet where you can make changes without affecting one another. You can also start this file as one of your favorites, so it will be more easy to reach this file. You can change the destination where the file is located by clicking this sort of directory sign, and then this sign it will make you aware that if this spreadsheet is available, have saved all the changes, or is only an offline version. For example, if I wanted to make available this spreadsheet offline, I can go to File and make available offline. If I go to my drive, or simply if I go here in the sheet home, you can see the file one will be available, will be signed with this little icon. Another way in which I can make available the offline this type of file or spreadsheet is by going to the sheet home and then mark it as available online or not. By going through, there are different ways. Google Sheet is mainly used to collaborate with people. So going back here where there is my presentation, you can make available and share the spreadsheet by going to share and then inserting the people's email. For example, here, this is one of my accounts and this is another account. And the first email is the owner of the spreadsheet and this is the editor. Naturally, the owner has more powers than the editor. The editor can share, modify the spreadsheet and other things. The owner can be deleted from the people that has access to this spreadsheet by others. You can share to people only. You can share to people by inserting manually their email, or you can grant the access to everybody that has the link by making anyone available this spreadsheet by anyone with the link. It's important to be aware that everybody that if you flag this option, everybody with the link that has access to the link will be will have access to the content of the spreadsheet. So another important thing is that generally an icon will be available here where you can also set other information or restrict some of the powers of the editors of the or people with other rights. Going forward, you can also copy the link and make available to others if you grant them the access. As you can see here, two cells are highlighted because one of these is these accounts, and the other is another account where I have access to this spreadsheet. Here there is the toolbar where you can make some type of simple action as undo, redo, print. There is also a shortcut to print that will make you available the printing option. For example, like this. You can Control Z to get back. You can also copy the format of things, like in Excel. It's very easy. You select the cell where which you want to copy the format, and then you apply in another cells. You can also change the zoom and apply of some type of formatting in this area. It's important that Google Sheets has, like Excel, some type of local settings. If you go to File and then go to settings, you can adjust your local. So some type of formatting will be based on this type of selection. Here I have selected Italy because it's my current country, and as you can see, by selecting Italy, the default current sign is the euro. If I decide to change it in Japan, save reload, the currency sign will change. You can also, by going to setting, change the language. All the Google tools, so also Docs, Google Presentation, and so on. Going forward, one of the things that push people to use Google Sheets is that it allows you to collaborate with people. What does mean? It does mean that you can also check the different version history of the file. By going here where there is a sort of sentence highlighted, you can view all the version history of the current file. As you can see here, we can see what changed from the previous version of this file, and so on. You can also name the version history, version, for example, here preferred, in order to flag in somehow the version that you are interested in, and then pick it up afterward. So, getting back, you can also get in the same visual, so related to the version history, by going to File and then select the version history and see the version history, or simply name the current version history. Going forward, in Google Sheets you can import data, for example, as you can like you can do with Excel or Power Query. It's not as powerful as these two, but you can import data, for example, directly from your drive, or upload it as a CSV from your desktop or your Excel file. Or another important way in which you can import data from another Google Sheet spreadsheet is by using the import range function. Here we have to insert the spreadsheet URL in double quotes, and then indicate the range in which the data that you want to import is very straightforward. If you don't indicate the range where the data that you want to import is, the default is importing the first spreadsheet where the first spreadsheet of the first sheet of the spreadsheet. So, but I think that it's not a good idea to omit the second parameter of this function, because maybe someone can change the order of the data and mess up your analysis. Going forward, I want to talk about the insert tab. Here you can make some activities, as changing, inserting rows, changing the sheet. For example, inserting cells, rows, columns. You can make the same thing by highlighting and then pressing Ctrl+. I will make it more visible by highlighting some cells. As you can see, we are now in the fifth row, and by we have to first enable the compatible version. Okay, so as getting back by selecting the row, now we are in the first. If I press Ctrl plus, the rows go down, and what I've made before is made available some shortcuts that otherwise will not be available. For example, before I pressed a shortcut Ctrl plus that without enabling some spreadsheet shortcuts, it will not insert cells, rows, or columns, but it will zoom in the Google Chrome tab, and by enabling some type of shortcuts, you will avoid this type of issue. So bear in mind if you use some shortcut that will not be available. If you want a comprehensive list of all the keyboard shortcuts that are available and the result of these shortcuts, you can go to the Help tab and then pressing keyboard shortcuts, and here you can navigate and learn and master some of them. In the Insert tab, you can make some type of operation, as I said before. You can also insert chart, pivot table, images, and drawing. One thing to be aware of related to drawing is that what you see in the drawing box is not properly the result of once you've done with your changes. There is some type of changing in the picture that you have to be aware of. You can maybe make some type of try and compare the result that you were expected with the final result, and you will see some little differences. Here you can insert some function, link, hyperlink, like in Excel. You can use insert or simply use the Control K shortcuts. One thing, something really interesting is in Sheets is the checkbox. Differently from the Excel, I think that the Google Sheet checkbox are more appealing compared with as I say, the Excel ones. Here, for example, if I can change the color of the checkbox by highlighting it and then going to the text color toggle and then select the color that I prefer. As you can see now, the checkbox has changed, and I can also select other type of color by doing the same thing and make it more appealing. For example, the underlying value of the checkbox, as in Excel, is the Boolean true or false. If the checkbox is checked, the underlying value is true. If it isn't checked, the underlying value is false. You can make some type of conditional formatting or formula based on result of the checkbox. We will see it afterward. And going forward, another interesting thing in Google Sheet is the Tool tab. Here you can create a new blend directly from a determined spreadsheet. What does it mean? In Google, you can create from scratch a Google form by going as I displayed before in the 6 dots in the top right of the Google Chrome from, and here you can select the form. But creating a form directly from a spreadsheet is even better, because the result of your form will be directly displayed in the spreadsheet where you decided, where you can create it from. So by going to create a new form, you will be directed with the creation of the form. As you can see, the name is equal to the spreadsheet name, and the result will be displayed here. So I will remove this sheet as I don't need it. Delete. Okay. Something is going wrong, so we manage it after. So going forward, in the tools you can run a spell check to make Google search for some type of mistake that you made related to the spelling, and other type of operation or activities that we will skip. So something interesting and that I enjoyed when I discovered it is related to dates in Google Sheet. For example, here I have inserted a date. As you can see, it is in Italian format, where the days comes first, and then the month and the year. But and as in Excel, dates are right aligned like numbers, because the underlying data of the dates are numbers. So by double clicking here, it will appear, it will be displayed a calendar where you can select and pick up the date you are interested in. So it's it's relatively simple and beautiful. And another thing interesting is, for example, if you want to make people select the date without messing up things, you can, for example, insert data validation. Right click, more data validation here, or another way in which you can insert data validation by going to data validation. And here you can, for example, criteria, date. So is valid date. I will highlight the cells to make it visible. And here, if I input something that I want you to be aware that I will reject, okay, reject input. If I input something that is not a date, it will make me not possible to going for. So I have to input a date, and if I double click without inserting nothing, I will be available to pick up a date. Is an interesting. As in Excel, in Google Sheets, you can insert information by only going to by writing in. If you want to wrap the text, you have to go here and select the second icon to wrap the text. If you want to decide if you want the position, you can simply press F2 or Fn and then F2 go in the position in which you want that the wrap-up is applied, and then Alt and Enter. And you can, by doing so, decide the position in which the wrapping is applied. An interesting thing in Google Sheets is the ability to know some information about a column. Here I've created a new sheet. Here something I have to change. Here the languages is in Japan, because I've not changed the setting back the local. I will go back in Italian, save and reload, and hope that everything will get back. Maybe. Okay. I will create a new sheet. As you can see, it's in Italian now. Make it in English. I will go to F and then select English, United States. Okay, United States, and then say okay. Okay, right, and then create a new branch sheet that will be sheet 10. Okay, we have solved this problem. Something interesting in sheet is that can know the structure of a column by going through. If I have to remember, okay, data, column stats, and here you will get some type of information about the data related, the data in the column that you selected. You can, here there is a count. As you can see, there are no duplicate value. If I insert, maybe select, Control C, and then paste the value. Okay, and then change this with this. As you can see, here there are two duplicate values, and then here is the distribution of values. Something really good to know when working with Google Sheets is how to use freeze pane. Generally, here in the View tab, you can settle the freeze pane. I don't think that these type of selection are user friendly. I generally prefer to go in this position and then wait until the hand icon is visible, and then grab it in the position where I want that the freeze pane related to the rows is applied, and then make the same thing with the column. And as you can see now, the freeze pane is applied. This is a little trick that can be really handy. And as I said before, Google Sheets is used to collaborate with people. And if you apply some type of changes in this view, everyone that has access to this spreadsheet will see your filtering. So, for example, here is a data that I have created from scratch, and I think that with the name, the surname, the job, the nation, the nationality, salaries, and age of people that doesn't exist, and also there is no type of correlation with between job and salary and age, but is only a data for a teaching and training purpose. So if I go here and in the nation, as you can see, there are three types of nation: Italy, Japan, and United States of America. If I go here and I will, for example, go down and make sure that there are three types of nation: Japan, United States, and in the middle there is Italy. If I go here and select only Italy, and I will switch in the account, and maybe going here where there is another people, me, that another person that has access to the same sheet. If I go to data, I will see code. I will switch. Is not being does not be applied. I go here and click OK quickly and switch here. I will see that the data changed. This because I didn't use a proper way to filter things. So getting back, I will clear the filter and I use the proper way to filter without affecting the filter view of other people. I will go here next to the filter icon and I will create a new filter view. I will call it my personal filter. I will check that the range is correct, or I can adjust the range here, and then I will check the range is correct, is not properly correct, so I will go and change. Right, and then here I can select and change the view without affecting other views. Here I've selected Japan. I will go back, and here I can, as you can see, only Italy, because I didn't change the view, the original view. If here I change it and clear it, selecting all, and then going back to my personal filter, as you can see, Japan is selected, and here I have all the nation available. So when you are filtering or making some type of calculation based on filtering, use filter view instead of simply filtering without selecting a proper filter. Another thing that I want to share is how to properly sort, because here in the, if I'm correct, in the data tab, there is sort sheet. So by going here and selecting sort, for example, if I want to sort alphabetically the name, maybe people can think that you have to go to data, sort sheet, and then press here. Here the thing is correct because not better back everything. Okay, to put back the this pane. Okay. I'm trying to put back the fish pane. Okay, the freeze pane, I think that is gone. Okay, I struggle a little bit. Okay, if I go back and in the data tab and, for example, sort the three columns, everything will be messed up. Control Z, to properly sort the data, you have to first select the range in which the data is, and then here it will be available the sort range. Or another way is go and apply correctly the freeze pane, and then selecting the sorting that you prefer. So you can either go in one of the in one way or in the other. Something that, for example, Excel doesn't have, and instead Google Sheets has available, is scrolling table. So scrolling table is in a type of chart that is available in Google Sheets. So I have first to select the chart. Here will be, I will select a column chart, but by going to chart type and then going down at the end, I can select scrolling table. Scrolling table are some type of table that are scrollable, if it is correct term. So you can make can enjoy it. You can change the order by only clicking in one of the header. You can, for example, as here, change in the order in alphabetically A to Z or the surname. You can also going a little bit down, move and the other cells, and also you can go down. I'm struggling every time to pick the corner here. So you can move down and go down and see all the data that are available. Generally, when I use it, as you can see, I struggle a little bit with the scrolling, but it's an interesting feature, and you can use it when you have not enough space, and you have to display a large amount of data, and you want it to be sorted without the problem of the freeze pane or other things. So you can maybe master it better than me and not struggle with the need to push down data with this icon. Yeah, can be like that. And also in Google Sheets, there are the possibility to apply some type of aggregation of data, like in Excel. You can go to data and insert. You can go to insert and create a pivot table. It will suggest you the data range. In this case is correct because it's the same range that I use in the filter view. And then select as in Excel if you want it to be inserted in a new sheet or in the existing one. I will create in the new sheet, create it. It's very easy. You can add rows and select what you want to be inserted, in this case the nationality, and then in the value as in Excel I want, for example, in this the salary, but I don't the sum, but the average. So it will be displayed the average salaries by nationality. By double clicking you can change the name, and it's like Excel. So if you master the use of pivot table in Excel, you can easily master the same thing in Google Sheets. So I didn't, before going through some courses, I didn't know about the existence of Google Sheets pivot table. So let's get back to some little basics. For example, in Google Sheets, you can insert formulas in three ways. You can simply press equal and insert the formula, as I mentioned before with the import range, or you can go to insert and then function, and select the function that you are interested in, or you can go here and insert the function. So there are two ways to insert the function. Another interesting thing that related about basics in Google Sheets is the ability to make some type of reference. So, like in Excel, to reference to some cells, you can select directly the cell here, or you can select the column. But something interesting in Google Sheets is that you can make let open the second part of the referencing when you are referencing two columns. So as you can see here, it will reference the starting point, that is F9, but it will go down until the end of the spreadsheet. In Excel, this type of referencing are not possible, but here are really interesting. As you can see, the formula is here, and you can get a quick check here. Is the same value. Is something really interesting. Other type of interesting formula in Google Sheet are, for example, here Google Translate, that allow you to translate from a language to another. You only have to be aware of the culture sign or culture code. For example, the culture code of English is AN, is EN, and the of Spanish is ES. And going forward, here I will use the Google Translate formula with some type of absolute and relative reference to make it possible to write the formula once and then to apply it in other cells. Naturally, of course, the translation has to be checked because it's not perfect and is based on the Google Translate site. So if I think that every one of us have used it. Here, for example, is the reverse function of Google Translate. Google Translate will translate from a language to another. As you can see, you write Google Translate, you select the word that you want to translate, you indicate the language code of the of the word from which you want to translate, and you indicate the language code of the language in which you want to translate. Here there is detect language that will indicate the language code of the word that you selected. Here, as in the like in the Google Translate, you have to be aware that it can be that it messed up some type of detecting. For example, here I have written an Italian word, and he has displayed it as an English word. So you have to be careful when you use it. The same thing here with Google Translate. And for example, here cuoco is someone that cook, and calling it is a job. And calling it cook in English as a translation is not correct. Not an interesting formula also to be aware of that is available in Excel is formula text that will display the formula inside a specific cell and make it more easy to read. As I said before, in Google Sheets there are some type of shortcuts. I will not lost much time displaying it. I will go to the last topics. For example, a little bit of conditional formatting. Here in the dataset, I've made some type of conditional formatting. For example, here we can look at the checkbox, and once I have accomplished the task, I've done the task, the underline value will be strike through. So let's see what is the underlying conditional formatting by simply going here. You can apply conditional formatting in different ways. For example, you can select the range where you want the conditional formatting to be applied, and then going here in the background icon and select conditional formatting, or you can select the range, right click, going to more actions, and then select conditional formatting, or you can go to the format tab and select conditional formatting. It's the same thing. I will do it another time, and as you can see here, I've used conditional formatting. You can select different type of two type of conditional formatting. Single color or color scale. Color scale is used when you want to make visible the variance of a value with some type of formatting applied, and the single color is more how can I say it? You can apply more type of formatting, selecting the single color. For example, here you can select if the cell is empty, not empty, if it contains some type of words, if it is a date, or if it is a date or not, equal or unequal or something. There is also the possibility to apply some type of formatting if it is the cell in the cell there is an email or not an email, because in Google Sheets there is a formula that is called, if I'm not wrong, no, I'm wrong. I messed up, maybe something. But here you can select something that understand if something is a mail or unmail. You can reach it here. I've made a try yesterday, and it worked. Here, for example, the underlying formula is G2. So if here is true, so as you can see, it is true, then make some type of formatting to the cell at the right by applying strike through. And here there are some other type of formatting, like in Excel. I have applied some type of rules, getting back conditional formatting with some type of hierarchy. The first is applying if the text contains worker. As you can see, I have this here. Office worker has the job. You can apply this background color. If the formula, if the salary is greater than 90,000, then apply a red background color to all the cells, and then the other type of conditional formatting. The formula are really simple to use, and are the same of Excel. You have only to be aware of the absolute and relative references. So I think that maybe we have reached the hour. We can, if you want, we can take some time to take some questions.
Awesome. Well, I saw some formulas I would definitely try, like the import range. I would definitely try that. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. There was one I did one time back then. It was, I think you can import HTML file also in Google Sheets. So you import HTML. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I've made a tab related to it.
Okay, you can show it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we still have like 3 more minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Import HTML is a function that allows you to import data from web. So what you have to
you're not sharing your screen. You're not sharing your screen.
I'm not sharing. Okay, I will share it. Okay, I'm back.
Okay, it's up now.
So import HTML is the function, Google Sheet function, that allows you to import data from the web. You only to select the URL where the data is in. You have to indicate if it's what you want to import. In this case, I want to import a table, so I will write table in 2 double quotes. Here I have to use a comma to separate the parameters because I've selected as my local in my local settings English. If I had selected Italian, Italy, I will have to use the semicolon. I will go, and in the next parameter you have to select the position, the position of the table. So if you are importing the first table, the second table, the third table, the fourth table, and going forward, I use this, and if I'm correct, it will import the data. Maybe I missed something.
I think maybe the data columns is more than that. So maybe they have extra. How many column data? I mean the table. How many column is it?
Because generally I give a try to understand what is the correct number of.
I don't think you don't need the local actually. I don't think you need the local. The function is correct. The function is correct, actually. Karim, can you try like shifting, adding new column from that ticker?
Okay.
Yeah, you can
Something
see.
is imported, but it's not the correct.
I feel like
it's not
the
the
table
correct
was more than that. Okay, awesome. Okay, yeah.
I will.
Cool.
Maybe I can make something different because and I will try to import the second URL I used
Okay.
where something is because
Karen,
generally
can you try doing it in another sheet?
okay,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
right, it's working.
It's working now.
It needed only some type of time because I've
Okay.
written the table index here to be aware of the indexing of the table that I wanted to import, and maybe you can go and check directly the table. This is the table that I have imported in Google Sheet using import HTML. Is an interesting formula that you can use when you want to import data without copy and pasting and messing the formatting and so and so. The only thing that is not easy to understand is the index of the table that you want to import. Based on the course that I have taken, you have to try and inserting 1, 2, 3, and 4, hoping that your indexing is correct. I don't know why it has made some type of troubling using this formula, but this is the formula. So you have to wait some type of some time to make it work.
Okay, awesome. So remember the last two questions you usually ask at the end of our section is, okay, how you start your data analysis journey and what advice for people just starting out in this field of data analysis?
Yes, I'm in the. I think that I'm in the starting of my data analysis journey. I've started with Excel and I'm going forward with Power BI and Power Query. I'm improving a lot of my Power Query knowledge and capabilities by reading some interesting book. Maybe I will share you. You can look at the book that I'm mentioning too by going to my profile in LinkedIn because I've shared one of the book that I've read and I finished, and I'm in the middle of finishing one of another book. So I'm in the middle of the journey.
Wow.
We are not stopping learning, and we are long lifetime journey learner. So I'm happy to be here to share something that I know and hope you enjoy it.
Wow. It was an amazing section. So to wrap it up, we're all in it, we're still learning every day. So we keep learning each day. So I think knowledge is continuous. We keep learning definitely every day. So Karim, I'll just say, do you have any words to tell anyone, like follow you on your socials or something?
I didn't tell you. Well, can you please?
Okay, like I was like, what advice are people just starting out? Like, what advice are people that are just starting out in this field of data analysis?
I will suggest them to be passionate of it, to try to learn a little every day, and try to apply it, to be curious and follow people that that have a better knowledge of this tool and try to grab the more possible from them.
Okay, awesome. So I've dropped your LinkedIn, so you can connect with our special speaker on LinkedIn. I've dropped his LinkedIn URL, so you can connect with him on LinkedIn. So Karim, I want to say thank you for honoring our invitation, and hope to invite you for further sections. Are you still there?
Excuse me, I lost the last part of your sentence.
Okay. So in less than 1 hour time, we'll have another section called Understanding DAX. So this session will be brought to us by an MVP by Ayodeji. Follow the link. So if you're interested, in less than an hour time, you can join us again for Understanding DAX. DAX stands for Data Analytics Expression. So for some of you that are into Power BI or Power Pivots,
I will try my
join
best.
us.
My best maybe to join
So yeah. And I think the time is not a constraint over there. I think it's like is it like what's the time difference now? Should I say what's the time over there? I hope it's not that bad.
No, here is good. It's good.
Okay. So thanks guys. Bye. So if for some of you that might be interested, join us in less than 1 hour. So bye everyone. Thanks guys.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay. Thanks Karim. Awesome.
Thanks.